Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
Bitcoin consumes more energy than entire countries.
It's a way to both hide dirty money and destroy the environment at the same time.
Bitcoin just seems like a scam.
Stop that.
So I regard the whole business as antisocial, stupid. We've got debit cards. It isn't like we don't have a payment system.
Stop that. Deal in Bitcoin and won't shut the fuck up about Bitcoin? You're money-hungry opportunists. Stop that.
This is the FUD Buster line. Please leave your name, your FUD, and your response after the beep.
Hey man, hope you're doing well. I wanted to get back to you about something we spoke about last time. Give me a call back, okay? Oh wait, you know what? I've got some time on my hands, so maybe I'll just go on a bit of a rant here and you can listen to this later. So I've been hearing a lot of FUD lately about multisig being too complicated for average Bitcoiners. Really? Let's set the stage, shall we? Bitcoin is the hardest money there is, right? And I hope we all agree you can only truly own Bitcoin if you hold your own keys. Let that sink in for a second. Bitcoin is regarded as hard money precisely because it cannot be rolled back or manipulated by any central authority. That's great, right? But it also means there are no bailouts for those who lose their keys. So if holding your own keys is the only way to truly own Bitcoin, the responsibility is all yours. But this is no reason to panic. There have been countless people developing methods and tools to secure your seeds to a level at which you can sleep well at night. So where do we begin? Let's break it down. The majority of sovereign Bitcoiners hold their sats in single signature wallets, meaning one seed protecting all funds. To ramp up security a notch, you can always use a passphrase in combination with your one seed and store it separately. You can think of this as a kind of two-factor authentication. But both these setups have a single point of failure, and this is exactly what Multisig was designed to fix. Multisignature is, as you may have guessed, a setup in which you have multiple keys with a predefined threshold of how many of these keys are required to complete a transaction. For example, the most common setup is a 2 of 3 multisig. Any 2 of 3 keys must sign to create a valid transaction. But you could also do a 2 of 2, 3 of 5, or even 11 of 15 setup. This means you can afford to lose access to a portion of your keys and still recover your funds. This is a huge step in terms of seed security. For a bit of history, Gavin Andresen was the one to first introduce multi-signature transactions back in 2011. So this isn't a new concept. In fact, it doesn't get too much older than this in the Bitcoin space. But for quite a few years, creating and managing multi-signature wallets was extremely complex, and it wasn't until the development of hardware wallets and desktop coordinator software that things got more broadly approachable. But especially in the last 2 years, the progress around multi-sig management has been phenomenal. Next to all the technical improvements, there are now tons of tutorials, articles, and other educational material to guide you through the process step by step. So now you have a high-level idea of what multisig is, how it is developed, and how it can improve your security. Here is some actionable advice in form of a 7-step plan. Step 1. Do your own research and document as much information about your considerations, decisions, and ongoing changes to your setup as possible. Step 2. Identify your threat model. Theft, loss, destruction through environmental forces, legal prosecution, etc. Step 3. Determine the budget for your setup in relation to the amount of funds you want to secure. Step 4. Choose the number of total keys, signing threshold, and storage locations. Step 5. Choose your method for backing up your keys. Step 6. Acquire hardware wallets or a signing device and install multisig coordinator software on your laptop or phone. Step 7. Create your keys and back up your keys as well as your wallet descriptor and set a time interval to check your backups. Now you're ready to go. In case this may be too abstract, I'll give you an example for a cold storage multisig setup, but keep in mind that there are many alternatives available and you should adapt this to your personal situation. Let's start with a threat model. In this scenario, we're most concerned about theft, residential fire, and shooting ourselves in the foot. For a budget, let's say we're securing 0.5 Bitcoin. At current prices, 1% would give us a security budget of roughly $200. As a number of keys, we'll choose a 2 or 3 multisig setup to eliminate single point of failure, but manageable number of keys to keep things relatively simple. As for locations, we'll have one key at home in a safe, one in a safety deposit box within our country, and one with a close family member or trusted friend. We're going to use the password manager Bitwarden to secure our wallet descriptor. We'll use 3 high-quality stainless steel backups. The Seed Signer is a great choice as a signing device. Our coordinator software will be Sparrow Wallet for desktop and or Blue Wallet for mobile. Finally, we'll test our backups every 6 months. Total cost, $150 to $200 for the Seed Signer and the plates, plus the annual fees for the safety deposit box. Not too bad, right? Listen, I know this isn't a walk in the park, but most of the heavy lifting is related to critical analysis of your situation and deciding on a setup in the first place. The technical multisig component is pretty straightforward. So, to wrap this up, I really don't think multisig is too much of a hassle. I understand that complexity is the enemy of security, but in my opinion, we have reached a level of simplicity with multi-signature management at which the benefits far outweigh the risks. Give it a shot, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions along the way. Okay? Keep it up, man. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any FUD you would like busting, you can always reach out to me by email or on Twitter. If you found it useful, make sure to share with friends and family, and also make sure to subscribe and check out ungovernablemisfits.com.